Spider-Man. Brand New Day's post-credit scene could end up being the biggest post-credit scene in MCU history. Some brand new characters are expected to appear in Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. And the Russo brothers just said something about Dr. Doom's debut in the MCU that is honestly terrifying. So guys, we've got a lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. So without wasting any time, let's break it all down. Guys, first let's talk about the post-credit scene of Spider-Man, Brand New Day, because we already covered in a previous video that a major character cameo is expected here. But according to this new report, there's actually a lot more happening, and that's why this post-credit scene is being called the biggest one in MCU history. So what exactly could we see here? Guys, this report was shared by your favorite Twitter scooper, My Time to Shine Hello. According to them, Spider-Man, Brand New Day's post-credit scene is going to be one of the craziest post-credit scenes in MCU history. Now, the very first leak claimed that Steve Rogers would appear in this scene. The reason behind that is that Steve is supposedly living in the Fantastic Four's universe, Earth 828, and when he arrives in Earth 616, he'll ask about Peter Parker. But because of Doctor Strange's spell in No Way Home, everyone has forgotten Peter Parker. So people would basically ask Steve, which Peter are you talking about? Now, they would still know Spider-Man exists in New York, but they wouldn't know he's Peter Parker. And according to the leak, in the post-credit scene of Brand New Day, Steve Rogers would recruit Peter Parker into the Avengers. But guys, that's not all. Because if this is true, then it means Tom Holland's Spider-Man will fight alongside the Avengers against Dr. Doom in Avengers Doomsday. But according to several reports, both Hulk and Spider-Man are supposedly not even part of Avengers Doomsday. And if you remember, the Brand New Day plot leaks claimed that by the end of the movie, Spidey would be in near-death condition. So suddenly seeing him join the Avengers in a post-credit scene feels a little weird. Because if the movie ends on a cliffhanger where Peter is almost ready to give up, and we don't even know whether he survives or not, then having Steve Rogers suddenly show up to recruit him feels pretty unlikely. So maybe Steve Rogers won't appear here. But we can definitely guess who else could. And honestly, the most logical answer is Venom. The Venom symbiote could bond with Peter during his final moments, revive him, and directly connect this story to Avengers, Secret Wars. Because even in the comics, Spider-Man first bonds with the Venom symbiote during Secret Wars. Later, Mr. Fantastic removes the black symbiote suit from Peter's body. So honestly, based on the ending leaks of Brand New Day, it makes way more sense for the Venom symbiote to appear in the post-credit scene. Now guys, there's another possibility too. We know that Avengers Doomsday is coming right after Brand New Day, and since this post-credit scene is being called one of the biggest in MCU history, maybe it's something even bigger than Venom. Because we already know that a new X-Men character, Jean Grey, is rumored to appear in Brand New Day. So what if we actually see more X-Men characters in the post-credit scene? Maybe Marvel introduces the Earth 616 X-Men here. Because throughout the Multiverse saga, Marvel has had this habit of introducing new characters in post-credit scenes, even if those characters never showed up again afterward. But after Secret Wars, the MCU is finally getting a brand new X-Men team. Some of those characters are expected to appear in Secret Wars itself, and maybe a few of them get teased right here in Brand New Day's post-credit scene. Guys, the possibilities are endless. Now tell me, what do you want to see in this post-credit scene? Steve Rogers, the Venom symbiote, or brand new X-Men characters? Now speaking of new characters, according to Marvel insider Daniel RPK, Marvel is planning to feature Blade in Avengers Secret Wars. And honestly, this news is super interesting because by now, we should have already gotten the Blade movie in the MCU. You probably remember that Blade was teased in the post-credit scene of Eternals, where he talks to Black Knight. We only heard his voice there. And from that point, Blade was supposed to recruit members for the Midnight Suns team, kind of like how Nick Fury recruited the Avengers. Except this would be a supernatural Avengers team featuring Blade, Black Knight, Ghost Rider, Moon Knight, and others. But now, the idea seems to be that Marvel will properly introduce the new Blade in Avengers Secret Wars, and then continue using him in the Mutant Saga. And yes, guys, this will most likely be Mahershala Ali's Blade, not Wesley Snipes. Then later in the Mutant Saga, we could finally get a Midnight Suns movie. And according to reports, other Midnight Suns members like Ghost Rider could also appear in Secret Wars and continue into the Mutant Saga afterward. Honestly, guys, I think several Midnight Suns characters are going to debut in Secret Wars itself. And there might even be one epic moment where all these supernatural heroes appear together on screen for the first time. Because Secret Wars is expected to be absolutely insane. We already heard reports that Shang-Chi may create multiple duplicates of himself himself in Secret Wars, a power he has in the comics. And if that happens, then there's also a strong chance we finally see Moon Knight appear too. Marvel is slowly setting up all these new characters through Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars, because once Battleworld is created, multiple universes are going to merge together. That means characters from across the multiverse will all end up in the same place. So in Secret Wars, we'll likely see many of the characters who are going to continue into the mutant saga after the multiverse saga ends. And honestly, that makes sense, because once the next saga begins, audiences will already be familiar with these characters. And now that Marvel finally owns the rights to the X-Men, Fantastic Four, and all these characters, we'll finally get to see them exist together in one shared universe. Although reports say the old X-Men team could die during Doomsday and Secret Wars, and the mutant saga will introduce an entirely new X-Men roster. Guys, which characters do you want to see cameo in Secret Wars? Let me know in the comments. Now guys, let's talk about Doctor Doom. Because even though we've been hearing a lot about Doom lately, don't forget Doomsday will actually be his first appearance in the MCU. We haven't even seen his face yet, and normally, it's difficult for audiences to connect with a brand new character that quickly. But what the Russo brothers said about Doom is honestly shocking. According to them, introducing such an important new character without any prior audience connection is actually an incredible opportunity. And I think I understand exactly what they mean. It means Doctor Doom is going to feel terrifying from his very first scene, and we've already seen how powerful that kind of introduction can be. Just imagine if Doctor Doom is introduced like Heath Ledger's Joker. No origin, no sympathy, no setup, just a nightmare. From his very first frame, he completely steals the audience's attention, because we've already heard that several heroes may get slaughtered in Doomsday. So you can imagine exactly how the Russos are planning to handle Doctor Doom. Honestly, I'm getting full Heath Ledger Joker vibes here. The only difference is that Doctor Doom is a multiversal level threat with both magic and insane technology. So I don't think we'll get Doom's full origin story at the beginning of the movie. Instead, his backstory might slowly get revealed later in the film, maybe near the ending, where Doom himself explains it. Infinity War handled Thanos in a very similar way. So guys, how much do you agree with the Russo brothers' approach for Doctor Doom? Let me know in the comments below. Now personally guys, I honestly think Marvel is entering its most risky era ever. Because after Avengers Endgame, a lot of fans felt disconnected from the MCU. Some movies worked, some completely failed, and the multiverse saga started feeling messy. But I think Secret Wars is Marvel's final chance to prove that they still know how to create that same Infinity War level hype again. And if Marvel really handles Doctor Doom correctly, then this character alone can completely change the future of the MCU. Because let's be real, Doom is not just another villain. He's supposed to become the next Thanos-level threat, maybe even bigger. The scary thing about Doctor Doom is that he's not only powerful physically, but mentally too. He's a genius scientist, a master of magic, and someone who genuinely believes he's the hero of the story. And honestly, that's what makes the best villains terrifying. Not villains who destroy the world just for fun, but villains who truly believe they're saving it. That's why I really like the Russo brothers' idea of introducing Doom without wasting too much time on his origin in the beginning. Imagine the movie opening with Doom already winning, already killing heroes, already feeling unstoppable. That would instantly make audiences fear him. And personally, I think Secret Wars needs emotional moments more than cameos. Yeah, seeing Tobey Maguire, Hugh Jackman, Deadpool, or the X-Men together would be insane. But if the movie only depends on cameos, then it won't feel special for long. Marvel needs strong storytelling again. That's why I feel Spider-Man is going to become the emotional center of this entire saga. Peter Parker has literally lost everything already. Nobody remembers him anymore. He's alone, broken, and now if the symbiote storyline actually happens, then emotionally, this could become the darkest Spider-Man story we've ever seen in live action. And honestly, that sounds amazing.